You were asked for domain and range, right? That's the only thing you were asked for, okay? It's one thing to get the wrong domain and range. It's another thing to answer like apples and oranges kind of wrong, like saying the domain is x equals 3, a number like that. The domain is never that, right? It's always x is greater than, x is in between that, or maybe x doesn't equal 3, but it equals everything else. But if you just put an answer like x equals 3 or x equals 4, or the range is y equals 2, it's apples and oranges. I mean, you can't even be mistaking that for a wrong answer right now. That's just not right. We're supposed to understand, right, what the basic graph of an exponential looks like. In this case, it's exponential growth, right, because of the 4. And we would expect that if it was y equals y equals 4 to the x, then we would have a graph that had an asymptote here, it had a y-intercept at 1, and it had a shape which was something like that. Okay, the domain of that function is all real numbers, right? There's nothing that you cannot plug in for x in an exponential function, nothing that makes it undefined. So we say that the domain is all reals, or you could say negative infinity to infinity, something like that. The range starts above the x-axis, right? So it has to be y is greater than 0, not greater than or equal to, right? It never touches the x-axis. So this one has a range of y greater than 0, right? Now, our problem, which is with a +1 inside the function, how does that shift the graph? Does not move it up. What does it do? It moves it to the left 1, right? Inside the function, plus means left. So this graph, I mean, the only point we have for sure is the y-intercept. So if we moved it like that, does that change the domain? No. Does it change the range? No. So this is the answer right there. So I'll say domain, just so it's complete. Domain, all reals. Range, y greater than 0. And not or equal to, okay? That's a mistake.